knew the ramen, I ain't to it, coming to America on my pink shit.
This is your boy Five with the Five. Today we are talking about FATUM project theory and an app called Randonautica. Now, if you're not familiar with either of these two, I will explain them a little bit, and then I will show you some footage from my experience with some interesting results, and then I'll break down the footage afterwards. So first of all, FATUM project theory deals with how when we go through our lives, through our routine, through these mundane cycles that we call life, that we rarely ever travel outside of these normal spots. So basically what it does is it uses a quantum random location generator to put you into an area that you might not have, well, you probably have never been in, but you probably would have never had any interest to do so. Very interesting concept, especially when you get to the part where random number generators can be influenced by one's mind and intent. So what you do is you set your intent before you generate your location, and what can happen is your location has some type of symbology or relates to your intent, or it has some type of significance to it. So basically I found out about both of these things yesterday and was super interested, so I went out with a friend and we did 4 separate ones. I guess prior you had to use a Telegram bot or a website to get these locations, but the Randonautica app makes it a lot easier for you. There are different parameters inside the app, different type of zones, and you can change the distance. I'm gonna show you some footage from it. I think I'm missing one of them. I only have 3 out of 4. And then I'll break them down. And if you have any comments or interesting experiences, I encourage you to leave it here. And we're gonna be dealing with a lot of cool, interesting topics. So if stuff like this interests you, I also invite you to subscribe, like it, and share it with your friends and fam. And let's get into it. Yeah. It took us to this address where they got bobcats. I don't know if you can see that. If you can get in there. You can get in there, boy. Bobcat. All right, round 3 of Randonaut app. We picked pictures. It took us to this park that I actually frequent often, and right in the corner from my house. And we don't see any actual physical pictures, but we find this dude taking pictures of himself. And then we talk to this guy because we see him drawing something on the bench. And what's he doing? Drawing pictures.
Over there, it's like
round 4, purple flower, and I found purple flower pots.
Yeah, what are you using?
Alright, y'all, the first one, she set the intent for a balloon, and blue balloon. Took us to a huge church downtown, St. Vincent's, I believe it's called. Place that I've always was drawn to because of the size and architecture, but I never went on the grounds or walked by it or anything like that. Couldn't find any balloons or anything, but what we did find, this is the halfway one that you could kind of say kind of that, but not really, is we found a multicolored beach ball, which is kind of inflatable kids toy, balloons inflatable kids toy. Second one, I did intent for a cat, and it took us to basically a construction company or some type of building company. It didn't look too used. I don't know if it was just a storage place at this point or if it was still in use. But immediately pulling up, we didn't even get out of the car, and I see a bobcat machinery inside the parking lot. So the third one, her intent was set for a picture, like a photograph or Polaroid, something of those lines. It generated, all of these were within a couple miles of each other too. It generated us to a local park on the water, and as we pull it up, I kind of had my doubts, oh, we're not going to find a picture out here. There is a college-age kid and he is taking pictures of himself. He's taking selfies by the water, which is like, you know, it's pretty close. I'll give you a half point for that one. We walked around there for a couple minutes just looking, didn't find any like physical pictures. As we're walking back, there is a younger kid sitting at a bench, and he's actually sitting exactly where the location GPS dot was at, and he's in his notebook with a pencil. We don't know what he's doing, so I tell her to go ask him. I was like, ask him, you know, what he's doing, see if he's just doing homework or he's drawing or whatever. And so she said, she's like, what are you doing, homework? And he's like, no, I'm drawing a picture. So that was pretty crazy. And we peeled out. Fourth one, I chose a purple flower. Significance of that will come up in another video that I'll be doing shortly. So if you didn't subscribe yet, you might want to do that to catch that update. Anywho, purple flower, we take our coordinates a couple miles away, not even that, probably like a mile and a half. It's a neighborhood with like smaller houses, they're pretty crammed together, and the way my GPS looked, it looked like it was the second house off the corner, but the third house off the corner actually had several flower pots on the porch, and there wasn't an actual purple flower, but there was 3 purple flower pots. So that's pretty, you know what I'm saying, purple flower pots. Considering the area, I don't think a lot of people are doing gardening and potted plant action. So for them to have 3 of them, I thought that was pretty interesting. So I'll give the app at least 3 out of 4 on our first 4 attempts. I tried to keep them kind of open and easy intentions. When I do it the next time, I'm going to try to do some more, I'm going to say like in-depth, more specific items, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we'll get some good results. I'll make another video. And until then.
The Untouchables.
I ain't new to ramen, I ain't to it, coming to America on my pink shit. But I ain't doing mopping, I ain't doing ramen, I'ma hit your area on my pink shit. You ain't royalty, you ain't loyalty, you don't know nothing about my pink shit. I'ma get the screen, I'ma build a team, man, own everything on my pink shit.
I've been out here for a while now. Wild child with the loud pound. Get the drop and have a powwow. Puff, puff, blow the house down.